Here we are again. Welcome, Tommy Elskes.
I'm going to do this old song from New Orleans now called Pocky Way, and nobody knows what Pocky Way means. It was an old marching song that people used to like march through the quarter with the bands, and one of the Neville brothers kind of brought this back.
There's a little bitty boy with a heart of steel. Well, he can't dance yet, but his sister surely will. Got to feel good music down in your bones. Make your little tiny feet want to rock and roll. I said, hey, 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 Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. Where you laughing, rolling down in your car. Well, it makes no difference who or where you are. Got to feel good music down in your bones. Well, it's good for the body and good for the soul. I said, hey, 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 Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. I said, hey, 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 Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. There's a little bitty boy with a heart of steel. Well, he can't boogie yet, but his sister surely will. Got to feel good music down in his bones. Make your little tiny feet want to rock and roll. I said, hey, 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 Pocky Way. Oh, hey, I said, hey, 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 pretty baby, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, oh, hey, hey, Pocky Way. I said, hey, Pocky Way. Oh, hey, Pocky Way.
Thank you. This is a song that I wrote a long time ago. Shortly after I moved to Austin in 1976, me and my partners moved to the east side, about a half a mile from the stadium, and in the ghetto, or the barrio, depending on which side of the block you were on. After having our house broke into and all our stuff stolen, it was horrible. And it was all because I played the fiddle. Well, I didn't really play the fiddle. It was kind of like two cats fighting. But I started to try and play the fiddle, and my partners were so unenamored of it that they hired one of the local thugs to come in and steal my fiddle while we were gone one night. Well, they made off with a fiddle, 2 Martin guitars, a Gibson, and God knows what else. The only thing that they didn't make off with was my shotgun, but they took the shells. So anyway, I wrote this song shortly thereafter, and Lyle Lovett recorded it here a couple years ago and made my year. So anyway, this is a little song called Bohemia.
Well, it's another steamy night underneath the street lamp light. We're down in Bohemia. Everybody's on the street, they're just trying to beat the heat. We're down in Bohemia. And you can watch them sweet, sweet rides roll by. Boys are shooting craps out in back of number 5. And some fool just asked me, why do you really know what it's like? What it's like to be alive. Down in Bohemia. Way down in Bohemia. People passing by, well, you know they're flying high. We're down in Bohemia. Well, baby says it's fine, says it happens all the time. We're down in Bohemia. You can watch them sweet, sweet rides roll by. And the boys are shooting craps out in back of number 5. And some fool just asked me, why do you really know what it's like? What it's like to be alive. We're down in Bohemia. Way down in Bohemia.
Thank you. A number of years ago, I took a trip. I'd gone to Shreveport to see my buddies who owned a bar there, Monseur's Oyster Bar. And I'd been my first vacation that I'd had in years, and I showed up, and I guess the second or third night I was there, we were down at the Oyster Bar eating oysters and drinking. All of a sudden, this guy pulls out front in this old 442 Oldsmobile with a rag top, and the whole car was a rust bucket. And he comes in all excitable, and he goes, "Come on, Andy, come on, get in the car, man. We got to go down to Bro Bridge." Andy's like, "Man, I can't go nowhere." He says, "My brother's out of town. I got to run the bar." And he says, "Oh, no, you got to go, man. They're having a crawfish boil down there, and you got to go." And he says, "Well, there's just no way I can go." And all of a sudden, you see this light bulb come on over his head, and he goes, "But my friend here could stand a cultural experience." So I didn't know this guy from Adam, and Andy talked me into going with him. And what I didn't know is this guy was a two-time loser. He was a shrimper, and he worked in the oil fields. So we got in his car, and he's got whatever the biggest ice chest that Coleman made at the time was in the back seat, and the top was down, and he's got a beer in his hand. And back then it was legal to drive down the road in Louisiana and drink. And as a matter of fact, if you got caught after hours with no drink in your hand, the cops would stop you and go to the back of their car and make you a Jack and Coke. So we get down the road about, maybe 2 miles, and he hits about 100 miles an hour and finishes his first beer, and he kicks the plywood away from underneath his feet and goes, and turns that bottle into dust. And I went, "What are you doing, man?" He goes, "Well, I'm just getting everything out the evidence hole." I said, "The what?" And he says, "Well, the evidence hole." And I said, "No, why don't you explain that to me?" He says, "Well, when you're going down the road and you get pulled over, and you will get pulled over," he says, "when the cops pull up on you, pull over to the right and you hit your brakes real hard so they almost smack you. And while he's all mad getting out of his car because he almost smacks you, you put everything down the evidence hole. And when you're done, when he's done giving you the ticket, and he will, and he's going back to his car, you pull everything out the evidence hole and go on about your business." It makes sense to me. So I proceeded to drink about a 6-pack and pass out in the back of the car. And when I woke up in the morning, early, we were in this little town. It was Bro Bridge, or at least that's what they tell me. I woke up and there's these 3 great big giant guys. And I just got my teeth fixed last week, and their teeth were worse than mine was last week. So they pulled me out of the car, and the first one hands me a Dixie beer. And the second one puts a crawfish head in my mouth and says, "Suck this." And seeing as how they were that much bigger than me, I decided that perhaps you should do what these men say. So I sucked a crawfish head and had my first drink of Dixie beer, and that's pretty much all I remembered for the next 3 days. Except every once in a while, I'll still have a lucid moment will come back to me, and I was having a real good time. I know I was. And when I got back to Shreveport 3 days later, I had to burn all my clothes, so I definitely was having a good time. Anyway, so I wrote this song about that. It's called Bro Bridge.
I was way up north in Shreveport, and I was having a dozen down in Monseur's bar, when a Cajun man, I'm pleased to say, pulled up to the curb in his '88. with the hole in the floor where that evidence goes. Lots of 8-track tapes, all of them's out to go. We sang, suck that head, throw it over yonder, have a Dixie beer, not too far $1. Talk that talk, pinch that tail, sip your whiskey and set your sail. And when the sun goes down and the bullfrogs sing, where the crawdad is roaming, where the gator is king. Well, the very next time that I come around, I was standing on the corner in this little town with my lips pressed up to a crawfish head. And I recalled to me what my mama said. She said, "Mudbug, son, that's just Cajun bait. And them Creole girls don't hesitate to suck that head, throw it over yonder, have a Dixie beer, not too far $1. Talk that talk, pinch that tail, sip your whiskey and set your sail. And when the sun come up and the rooster crows, well, the crawdad is sleeping in the old bayou. You girls are naughty. Well, that old broad bridge on Louisiana soil, every year or two they have a crawfish boil. Have you eat some things like you ain't never seen? And the squeeze box player, he's a cool-ass dream. And when a fiddle player sings in that old pathway, well, there ain't no doubt about where you are. You just suck that head, throw it over yonder, have a Dixie beer, not too far $1. Talk that talk, pinch that tail, sip your whiskey and set your sail. And when the sun goes down till the cows come home, let the good times roll and let the crawdad roam. You just suck that head, throw it over yonder, have a Dixie beer, not too far $1. Talk that talk, pinch that tail, sip your whiskey and set your sail. And when the sun goes down and the bullfrogs sing, well, the crawdad is roaming where the gator is king.
Thank you. I got a couple more I got to do here before I'm done, and this is one of them. For all you Yankees, these here are spoons, and I'm going to play them now, okay? I did not learn these in the joint. I was living in Kansas, which was a shitload worse than being in the joint, okay? Kansas. Where the wind does not blow, it sucks. This is an old Woody Guthrie song called Do Re Mi.
Lots of folks back east, they say, leaving almost every day, making the hot old dusty way to the California line. Cross desert sands they roam, getting out of their overcoat, think they're coming to Sugar Bowl, baby, you would be fine. Police at the port of entry say, you're number 14,000 for the day, and if you ain't got that do-re-mi, boys, you ain't got that do-re-mi. Better head it on back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden. It's a paradise to live in or see. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot. You ain't got that do-re-mi. Well, you wanna buy a home, a farm that can't do nobody harm. Take your vacation by the mountains or the sea. Don't trade your old cow for a car. Better stay right where you are, yeah. Better take this little tip from me. I look through the wanteds every day. The headlines in the papers always say that if you ain't got that do-re-mi, boys, you ain't got that do-re-mi. Better head it on back to beautiful Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Georgia, Tennessee. California is a garden of Eden. It's a paradise to live in or see. But believe it or not, you won't find it so hot. You ain't got that do-re-mi. Yeah, you ain't got that do-re-mi.
And if you all really like that, you know you have the hillbilly genes. No denying it. I'm going to do one more song. I had a bad year about 10 years ago. Let's see, I got shot, and they replaced all the bone in my arm from where I got shot with steel, and then they went back in 4 months later and replaced it with my hip. And the day that I got my cast off, I got kidney cancer, and so they took that out. All in all, kind of an iffy year. And there was one point where I thought pretty much that I was probably going to be checking out shortly. I wanted to write a little song for my friends, and so I did, and this is it. And then I didn't die after all, and hell, it's all good. Damn. All right.
I almost got through it. Now you have to play one extra song because
Can't make any mistakes around here, can you?
Well, soon in the morning, I'll be on down the road. Might be smooth and straight, might be rough and rugged though. Life is a journey full of twists and bends. I wish you well all the way to the end. 'Cause today it's raining, it's windy and cold. At least it won't be dusty, this much I know. It won't be too hot, it won't be too bright. And if the moon breaks out, it'll surely be a beautiful night. Life can be a walk in the park, or broke down on the side of the road. It's all just a journey, so you shoulder your load. But sometimes it's thin, sometimes it's fat. Sometimes you wonder why you didn't do something other than that. Sometimes it's so sweet, like honey from the bee. Sometimes it hurts so bad that you just can't see. But if you can clear the fog from around your eyes, if you can read the signs, and if they don't lie, you might get to where you want to be. But I think that for me, it's all just the journey. 'Cause soon in the morning I'll be on down the road. Might be a trail out on the wilderness, or a track down by the shore. Hope you make your trip with a smile on your face. It don't matter if you crawl or walk, or if you make it a race. Life is a journey, and to you, my friends, I wish you well all the way to the end. Our life is a journey, and you, my friends, I wish you well all the way to the end.
Thank you. Thank y'all for being here. It's been real nice. Let's have a hand for Jim. Thank you, Jim, for being here.
Great job.
I had the blues so bad one time, it put my face in a permanent frown. But now I'm feeling so much better, think I'll cakewalk into town. Woke up this morning feeling so damn good, you know I lay right back down in bed. So throw your big leg over, mama, I might not feel this good ever again. With my baby, Now I love the way she walks, and when a girl gets sleepy, I just love to hear her baby talk. With my baby, now I love the way she walks. And when a girl gets ready, I just love to hear her talk that talk. Now working done got scarce, and these old times that done got hard. Now working done got scarce, and these old times that done got hard. I spend my whole night stealing chickens down from the rich folks' yards. I spend my whole night stealing gasoline out of them little bitty Japanese cars. I had the blues so bad one time, put my face in a permanent frown. But now I'm feeling so much better, think I'll cakewalk right on into town. Said I'm feeling so much better, think I'll cakewalk into town.
Thank you all. Good night. I'll see you the next time.